Is this true about Elaine Thompson-Herah? And do you want to know the kind of money Jamaican athletes made at the Grand Slam track? Gary Card is out of Carifta, and much more. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. You drop a video you wanted to hear on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, when you're ready, yep, good to go. Well, we begin tonight's video by wishing Alexis James, the 100-meter hurdler silver medalist from the 2022 World Under 20. She came second to her teammate Karika Hill in that event and established her personal best in that event of 12.87 in the Under 20 women's 100 meters hurdles. Remarkable young talent. So today on the 9th, we say happy birthday to this remarkable young lady who turns 21, the big 21 on this day. So you know the tradition here at Peter Lloyd World, right? If you're a regular, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy 21st birthday to you, Queen Alexis James. Looking forward to see what you do for the 2025 season. She's such a talented young lady. Also very good in the flat 100 meters.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Jamaican athletes had a grand time at Grand Slam track because the truth is, in that 3-day event, many of our local athletes had the biggest payday they had ever had, regardless of their international exposure. And we'll explain why. Now, are you curious to see what our Jamaican brothers and sisters, our track stars, earned at Grand Slam track? Some of them walked away with some really hefty prize money. Channel favorite Cheyenne Salmon, not to mention the remarkable Daniel Williams, and of course Akira Nugent, and also Oblique Seville, as well as 400-meter hurdle sensation Rashawn Clark, are sitting pretty after their participation at the Grand Slam track.
Not anything. Rashawn Clark starting to come back. This is where the wind might affect them. Have they gone too hard? Robinson is treading in water here. Dos Santos is coming through. Who's going to get to the line first? It could well be the Brazilian. Dos Santos takes it.
Well, Rashawn Clark and others are sitting pretty with heavier pockets and a smile on their face after the inaugural event of the Grand Slam track, brought to us by none other than the track legend himself, Michael Johnson. Now, in my opinion, this was a very, very successful event. It did what it needed to do, and I'm telling you, the athletes were happy. Now, our Jamaican brothers and sisters who participated are very happy, and I'll tell you millions of reasons why. In an article in the Jamaica Observer, they write, with the Kingston leg of the Grand Slam track GST now complete, 12 athletes are beaming at having claimed US $100,000 just on the 60 million, each for winning their respective groups. But what did our Jamaican brothers and sisters earn? We'll give you a heads up. The Jamaican who walked away with the biggest payday was none other than the only Jamaican Grand Slam champion who won the flat 100 meters and the 100 meters hurdles, none other than the current and defending world champion in the women's 100 meters hurdles, the remarkable Danielle Williams. Danielle Williams walked away with a total of $100,000 and roughly 15.7 million Jamaican. Rashawn Clark was the second biggest winner, taking second in his overall event, which was the men's 400 meters hurdles as well as the flat 400. Rashawn Clark walked away with 50,000 US, roughly 7.8 million Jamaican dollars. Next up was Oblique Seville, 30,000 US dollars, roughly 4.7 million. Akira Nugent took 30,000 US, also roughly 4.7 million. Kemba Nelson, 25,000 US. Cheyenne Salmon, 25,000. Akeem Blake, 20,000. Malik James King, 20,000 US. Alana Reed, 15,000 US. And Stacey Ann Williams also walked away with 15,000 US, roughly 2.3 million Jamaican.
Used to being up by 3 steps. But Danielle Williams actually has a pretty good drive phase, keeping her head down for about 20 meters. And she's got a short torso, long legs, was able to open up her stride.
But that's not the end of the list of Jamaican athletes who walked away with a solid payday. Jadine Williams made 12,500 US, roughly 1.9 million, with Asini Wilson taking the same amount, 12,500. Omar McLeod also 12,500. This is USD, of course. Natoya Gould Toppin also walked away with the equivalent of 12,500 US. Orlando Bennett made 10,000 US. Nikisha Price 10,000 US. Look, I don't care what y'all say about the technicalities and the crowd wasn't large enough and stuff. Believe me when I tell you, track and field as you know it ended. It just ended. What I'm trying to explain to you is that the people who came 5th, 6th, 7th made millions in Jamaican currency. So I guarantee you this is going to change track and field. Just remember Kerry Packer. If you know nothing about that, go Google Kerry Packer and West Indian cricket. In fact, and cricket in general. This was huge. These athletes work really hard, people. And I have always believed that if you're in the top 8, you should earn something. And I am personally, I will promote and push this as long as I can, because I think this is good for the sport, and it's very good for track and field and athletes more than anyone else. It's important. The people that work hard, people that have to make some money, and it costs a lot of money to train, to eat, all that. It costs a lot of money. Not everyone is going to be in that top 5% who have massive sponsorship deals. Anyway, let's get back into the video. I just want to add thank you to Mr. Michael Johnston and whoever came up with this concept. Great idea. Do not give up on it, sir. This is a game changer. Speaking of game changers, this young man, Gary Card, ran the second fastest time ever ran by a schoolboy in Jamaica at the Issa Boys and Girls Champs 2025, when in the semi-finals he laid down a spiffy 10.06 seconds, which had us salivating, because given the right conditions in terms of the wind and him being healthy, we could have easily seen him matching Boaji Nkrumah's incredible 9.99, the only Jamaican high schooler boy to have run a sub-10 at the Issa Boys and Girls Champs. Still the under 20 national record. However, in the finals, unfortunately, the young man, Gary Card of Women's High School, got injured. So, not surprising, reports from the Jamaica Observer are Gary Card, the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys Athletics Championships champs, Class 1 100-meter champion, has been withdrawn from the Jamaica team to the Carifta Games in Port of Spain, Trinidad, later this month. And I don't need to continue. It's kind of obvious he was severely injured. It was kind of obvious. Take a look at that 100-meter finals.
They're saying?
Yeah, no announcement made to Stevenson's disqualification. So this is what I didn't want to happen. So the athletes are being sent to their marks. in the blocks. But
set. The set position, off they go. Gary Card got a fabulous start. Being chased by Rashawn Smith of Lacovia. Gary Card turns on the afterburners now. He has left the field for dead. Gary Card coming under a bit of pressure, but I think he held on. 10.27 the flash time. He came under late pressure. Very, very tight and close at the end.
It looked like he got hurt. In fact, he is down on the track hurt.
Yeah, and the truth is, the way he started that race, he would have broken that sub 10. He would have. It was evident to me within the first, by 60 meters, that something was wrong. He was grimacing, and you could see him slow down dramatically. It's not so much that the young men caught him, it's pretty much that he stopped running. No disrespect meant to them. He's an incredible talent. Still looking forward to him running at the Easter Boys and Girls Champs next year. I hope he doesn't go pro, because he will still be eligible for the Class 1 boys. And if he is healthy, he will break that sub 10. This young man is an exceptional talent. However, we were just reporting to you, as many of you would probably have figured out by now, that he was withdrawn by his team from the upcoming Carifta Games for obvious reasons. He has not yet recovered from that injury, and even if he had, because I believe he's under the tutelage of Paul Francis and Stephen Francis and MVP, and I mistakenly said Glenn Mills in a previous account, so I wanted to fix that right now. He's under the tutelage of Stephen Francis. And obviously you don't want to take any risk with a talent like this. He's exceptional, really exceptional on many levels. I'll talk about him at another time. But Gary Card has been withdrawn from the Jamaica Carifta Games team because of injury. She is the double gold medalist from the Olympic Games, Rio, and then Tokyo in the women's 100 meters and 200 meters. She broke Flojo's Olympic 200 meter record at the Tokyo 20 Olympic Games. 100 meter record, apologies, at the Tokyo Olympic Games. She is the second fastest woman all time in the 100 meter distance, and some people believe she is the actual fastest woman all time, but I'm not going to get into that, and the truth is I shouldn't have mentioned it, again, cause mix up and blend that. But we just found out today that apparently Queen Elaine Thompson-Herah has found a home, a camp, and I just had to ask the question as to whether or not it's true, because I've heard so many different things, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. I reached out to some of my contacts who would know. They don't seem to know, but I saw this reported, so I'm going to read it to you as I saw it. So it says Elaine Thompson-Herah, now new base, new coach, same champion spirit. Elaine has made the move to Jacksonville, Florida, now training under coach Raina Reeder at Tumbleweed Track Club, very, very famous track club. I believe at one point Omar McLeod was there. Missy who else was there? I think Daryl Nita was there. There several, Andre DeGrasse, several others were there. Anyway, it continues home to some of the world's fastest. After tough 2024 battling an Achilles injury and coaching changes, the Queen is focused, locked in, and ready to rise again in 2025. Now this, of course, is my 2 cents. There is no reason to attempt to question the greatness of Elaine Thompson-Herah. Absolutely no question. Second fastest all time, 10.54, came closest to breaking that insane 35-year-old world record set by Flojo in 1988 in women's 100 meters. She is the third fastest woman recorded in terms of time in the women's 200 meters. She's an incredible talent, double gold medalist in the sprints. I'm pretty sure no one else has ever done that as far as I'm aware in terms of women. Double queen. She's just an incredible talent who unfortunately decisions were made. She left the camp before she broke the world record. I thought she should have waited. None of my business, because I don't know all the inner workings of what's going on in her family. And the truth is, I respect her, admire her. I'm a huge fan. So my opinion in this instance is just my personal opinion. But if she has found a home with this gentleman, I'm not sure if I'm happy about that, if I'm not happy about that. She's found all her success with Jamaican coaches, and Jamaican coaches tend to have a different way of coaching. But I do remember hearing and sharing a video with Stephen Francis saying that she's a highly tuned athlete and she needs particular care, and he thought that the best move for her, meaning Stephen Francis, would have been for her to leave Jamaica because the techniques here were a little more rudimentary. Not sure how I took that, because it kind of sounded weird, because those are the techniques he used to make her the greatest at what she does. And we have produced so many incredible champions that we are truly the world sprint factory, and I still think the greatest in terms of athletic sprints. No country has produced per capita the amount of incredible athletes that we have. I mean, come on, top 2 fastest men all time in 100 and 200 meters, and top 3 fastest women in the 200 meters, Sharika, Elaine, and top 2 and 3 fastest women all time in 100 meters. I mean, Jamaica is just incredible. I can keep going on, but that's not the point here. So like I said, I'm not sure if I'm happy. I just want to know she's healthy. I have done videos where I have pointed out the science saying that it will be a difficult road for her to come back because of scar tissue and her being able to recover from that. And it always seemed to me that for some odd reason, Stephen Francis and the team there at MVP were able to work around these injury issues, and they were able to help her to manage it. But like I said earlier, I reached out to my people, my connections. They cannot confirm and or deny. I reached out to some people in Florida, same thing. So I don't know how true this is. You all are much more knowledgeable about track and field than I am. So if I am off, let me know. If it's correct, please let me know. I'm going to keep digging to find out if it's true. So Queen Elaine Thompson-Herah, if this is true, could you reach out to me? DM me, please, and let me know. I'm a huge fan. I'd just be flattered that you've responded, to be honest. But I honestly believe that if she's able to get back to 90%, she's going to be horrendously dangerous to a lot of people. A lot of people. I've said this on several podcasts, several videos. Elaine Thompson-Herah at her best cannot be beat by any human being on the planet, save maybe Shelley Ann Fraser-Price at her best. This is my personal opinion. Maybe Sharika, maybe Shakari, maybe even the young lady Judith Alfred, but it would be difficult. Because her at her best, whoa, unimaginably dangerous. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to support the channel. Check out our Printify. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to support the channel, buy some merch. Tell me if you like the merch. You can also support us by joining our membership. It will be much appreciated. Loved. I know better than say appreciated. I know better than to say appreciate. Slip of the tongue there, people. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, your royals, kings, and queens. Bless us.